Welcome, everyone. It's Friday again. Welcome to Friday's Inspiration. We are broadcasting live from Morocco, and lots of interesting things have been happening along the way in this journey. We have been to Marrakesh, we have been to the desert. We are in a little fishing town on the coast of Morocco right now, and it's been pretty amazing. And so this has been a lot of fun too. Learning a lot of things. And so it's so great to see all of you here again for a great clearing. Yes, Morocco is amazing, isn't it? Right. Let's see who we have here today. We have Elizabeth showed up early. We've got Florida, we've got Canada, Sacramento. Sonia, it's been a long time. Great to have you here. We have Sweden and Denmark and Yukon. Susie must be in the Yukon. Okay, great. And snow in the mountains of LA, and we have Wisconsin. Yes, I had no idea Morocco even had snow. I thought there was just the desert. And anyway, we drove through the Atlas Mountains on a with a group, and it was amazing how much snow there was. So that was pretty fascinating. So today we are talking about unleashing your unlimited potential. Or is it your infinite potential? I can't remember what we did now. I think it's your infinite potential. Using the infinity system. For those of you who are new here, I have been in the healing arts for more than 40 years. I've been given a system that's outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. And this book outlines a system that we use here every single week, where we practice this system. It's a way of running your energy, moving energy through your energy field in a way that's going to clear all of those lower vibrating energies. So when you come here every week, you're not coming here just to get your house cleaned. You are coming here to learn how to master your energy so that with or without me, you can clear these lower vibrating energies that are not aligned to your dreams and desires. And so I'm in the background checking to see what needs to be cleared, calibrating things, and then we know which way to go, what way to navigate through all of the mire. And there's a lot going on out there, isn't there? We've been fascinated by we've been noticing a lot of androids here in Morocco. Now, once uh, Ishmael Perez mentioned that there's about a third of the people on the planet are androids anyway. um, I started noticing them everywhere. I had already been starting to notice them, but here in Morocco, it's the percentage is a little higher. It's more like 50%. And so yeah, and that's been pretty fascinating. And there's also a lot of black magic here, so we've been having to do a lot of extra work making sure that we're not infiltrated and, people trying to put their juju on us. So we've had to be doing a lot of clearings. S So today, let's see what else we have. What are androids? A good question. So for those of you who don't know, okay, so this is a little side subject that I guess is up for discussion. So androids are humanoids. They look human. They act human. In fact, they probably maybe look a little more than average human. Like they probably, I was thinking before I came here, that for the most part, I was noticing androids were, they had good jobs because they're all part of the machine. So they have good jobs, they make good money, they have a nice life, they can have a nice house. And so they kind of have not a perfect life, but kind of an ideal looking life and family and so forth. But I've noticed here in Morocco that um, I don't know if they're getting more creative with these androids or what, but um, like really old people that are all kind of hunched over, and all the people that are just sort of sitting around are androids. So these are just plants to kind of make the story that you're in, the projection that we've created, a little more interesting, I guess. But we have noticed something really interesting. Um, just sort of if we should talk about this. So there was, okay, I will. So there was this one couple. Um, well, I don't we went to a restaurant, and in retrospect, it was almost like this was all set up and waiting for us to come in. And so I've noticed that since having gone to Rome with my mentor and how we were working with the dark energies there, sorceric energies, and so forth, that they meaning the sorcerers, the cabal, etc., they have their antenna out for people who carry a lot of light. And so they do things to make sure that the light can get diminished. So we walked into this restaurant to have dinner, and it seemed all pleasant and nice until we got home. And then we noticed we were feeling very, very off. And so we started checking things. They had corded to us, they had put spells on us and curses. And so it was just became a big thing. Anyway, we cleared all that, and also, by staying in our energy field, in our hara, as you could say, and clearing, just like we do here, clearing energy. So we cleared them out of our energy field. We cleared unresolved past lives with these people, and we sent them a lot of love. And so the thing that we learned through this process is that these are sentient beings, and we ran into them today and noticed their energy field had completely changed. So in the restaurant, they had no rings, they had a completely closed heart, zero. They were in their bodies maybe 3%. And so now we've sent all this love to them. It completely changed their frequency. Now they had an infinite number of rings. Their heart was completely open, and they were fully in their bodies. So this, the dark and the light, it doesn't have to be a battle anymore. These are beings that many of them want to come to the light. And so this is just one example of how that can happen. So we were pretty fascinated. We learned a lot in the process as well. So hopefully that answers that question. How can we tell if they're androids? I just ask. You can kind of tell because well, it's a lot harder to tell just by looking at them while they're in Morocco. But some of them have this sort of vacant look on their face. A lot of them are wearing sunglasses. But I just ask, android. I'll get a yes or a no. No, android, yes or no. Android, yes or no. And that just seems to be the easiest way. If I'm around or if I've met androids, you just ask. Am I the only one? The only one that what? Hey, Cindy and Stephen, good to have you guys here. All right, let's get back on track. It's easy for me to get sidetracked. We are bad signal here on the planet nursery in Oahu. Yeah, they're really trying to shut down the light there. Part of Lumeria. Lumeria, yeah. All right, so getting back on track, today we are going to be helping you to unleash your unlimited potential through the infinity system. That's what we do here every week. So, in just a moment, we're going to be walking you through this process called running your energy, and you're going to see how this system works. So, I'll be walking you through it's a very specific system, and so the beauty of this system, what I love about it is that it has a really strong masculine container, a system, a very definite structure on how to accommodate energies. And this is all to accommodate the feminine flow that's going to flow through this whole system. And so that's the beauty of this infinity system. And So today we're going to walk you through this process of running your energy with the focus. So every week we have a different focus. Today it's all about uh, helping you to access more of your unlimited potential, because we all have more to offer, to give, to access, but most of us can't access it because it's buried. And many of us have a lot of debris in our basement, and we're operating from these subconscious beliefs that we don't even know we're operating from. And so, as we continue to clear and clear and clear, we're going deeper and deeper and deeper. And then, what this allows us to do is to expand further and further. So, a lot of you are um, interested in expansion and elevation and all of those kinds of words. But if you're all up here in your head and above, and you're not anchored to the planet, you can't really fully realize your dreams because you're not fully occupying your body. You're going to manifest to the degree that you're operating in here. And so our goal here is to get you to be more embodied in a higher frequency. So fully embodied. And so that's the process we're going to walk you through. And so there's a few things I want to measure as I'm thinking and looking at today's group. Is one, whether or not, well, so the first thing I'm noticing is many of you do not even have a grounding cord, which immediately what will happen is that when you don't have a place to release all of the foreign energy that's coming at you, and that you're and stuff that's trying to come up and out, it feels like chaos in here and overwhelming. So what you end up doing is you end up leaving your body. You only are occupying your body just by a very small percentage. So let's measure what percentage that the collective of you are in your bodies. I'm getting 15%. That's not very much. If you're going to be able to hear the messages that are coming in, like many of you wonder, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know which direction I should go. I don't know if I should do this or that. Well, you can't know if you're not home to receive the inspiration, the knowledge, the information, your guides letting you know which direction to go if you're not fully in your bodies. So that's the first thing we're going to do today. We're going to get you grounded. And through this process of running your energy, you're going to get back in your bodies. So notice how you're feeling right now. Do you feel kind of floaty? Do you feel kind of foggy in the head? That's usually how you'll feel when you're not grounded and not in your body. Sometimes it kind of reminds me of like being in a clamshell, and you're kind of disconnected from your body, but you can see out into the world. So notice how your body is feeling. And because I want you to compare how you're feeling now with how you're feeling when we're finished. It's going to be very, very different. And so the energies that be, being these darker energies that don't want majority of humanity to ascend, um, they are very keen on keeping us distracted, which is another way of getting us out of our bodies, keeping us distracted and in chaos so that we don't feel comfortable to be at home to receive all the information. All right. Does anybody have any questions about what we're just already talking about? I have this one little hair right there is bugging me. Let's see what kind of questions you have. So, thank you for sharing this, Roma, that our 20-minute guided meditation. For those of you who come here every week, just know that it's really important to practice this on a daily basis. So that's why we freely offer this 20-minute meditation. So you can go and practice this every single day. And you can start to further your own advancement and development. And Janelle is totally distraught right now. Well, then welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is a good place to unravel your raveledness and get you back in your body and get you grounded. So I know you're not alone. There's a lot of chaos going on in the world right now. And I don't watch the news, but I can feel and tell what's going on. And um, and I see how people are being affected, not in their bodies, and angry, but not at home to even know that they're angry. So let's get you guys back on track, back in your bodies. And uh, yeah, the 15% is, yes, it's like, so that when you come here to this call, it's like you all have a similar frequency, which is why we've all been called to be gathered here today at this time. And so uh, that's what I'm measuring is the collective. But it also includes those who are listening to this out into the future. That's just how things work. So thank you for asking that question. And so we are going to run our energy now. And I do want to measure a few things. So I want to measure the energy of fear, because the two biggest energies that are going to kick you out of your body are fear and anger. So fear, yeah, that's high. It's 90%. And let's see what some of these fears are. So one is a fear of the unknown, fear of not doing enough. So many of you feel like if you just work harder and push further, farther, faster, that then you can, you know, realize your dreams and accomplish what you'd like to accomplish. And that's not necessarily the case. So fear of not doing enough, that's another one. A fear of being unlovable. Let's see, what else? Fear of failure. So those are some pretty big fears. And then let's measure the energy of anger. Yeah, that's at 95%. So those two big energies are not making you feel comfortable to be at home in your body. So we're going to change that today. We're going to change that. And so let's get started. I have many directions I can go in, but I can't decide. Of course, yes. So this is a very common thing when we have no stability and no certainty, that there's confusion. And so one of the places that confusion lives is in our sixth chakra. So we'll see what's interfering there. I don't know yet because we haven't gone there yet. And I'm doing this in present time. I always love doing this in the present moment because that's the most important thing is what's happening right now. And so we're going to change your frequency. So notice how you feel now. And we're going to reassess when we're done running our energy. So go ahead and we're going to get started with a grounding cord. So there's several parts to getting grounded. And if it's been a while since you've been here, you're going to notice there's some new parts because this is an evolving living system that keeps growing and changing as we do. So let's go ahead and get ultra grounded. We're going to put that grounding cord down from the base of our spine all the way to the center of the planet. So it's moving really slow. Make it big and fat like a pipe. Then it can accommodate all of the energies that you need to release today. And then it's going to go all the way to the center of our planet where it can release all of these energies that are not yours. More than 90% of the energies we carry are not even ours. So we're just going to drop all this down the grounding. There, now your grounding cord is flowing. And next, we're going to focus on the roots that are going down from the bottoms of our feet deep into our planet, maybe as far as a redwood tree. And those roots are going to intermingle with the entire root system that wraps around the entire planet. Like we're getting ultra grounded. This is a highly intelligent communication layer. Okay, great. And so now we're going to take the energy from the earth, the energy of abundance, the energy of the feminine, and we're going to start drawing those energies up through the roots, up into our feet, which is blocked. So you're not bringing up this important, grounding, abundant energy into your energy field. So here it comes up through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, and then it's going to go up through your thighs and then down your grounding cord. And so there's a new aspect to grounding our legs. So that's bringing the earth energy up. But we also want to ground our legs. So we're going to imagine the energy from the bottom of our sacrum. So our sacrum is kind of like that, like that. There we go. Kind of like a heart. The last five bones of our vertebrae are fused into one bone that is our sacrum. And so we're going to ground the legs from here. This is where all the nerves go into our legs. And so we're going to ground our legs from the sacrum down into the planet. There we go. Now, if I had remembered, because this is so new, I would have done this before bringing the earth energy up. But no worries, it still works either way. That's the beauty of this. You can't really do it wrong. Okay, great. So now we're grounded there. Let's see if there's a worry circle. Yes, out to the third layer. So imagine pulling in this circle of energy and just dropping all that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fears, uncertainty down the grounding cord. There we go. There. Okay, great. And then the fourth part to getting ultra grounded is we're going to ground our hearts now. So first, we're going to make sure that it's open. It is 100% open. So a lot of you come here with your big open hearts, but it's not grounded. So we want to ground our hearts because we carry so much judgment and debris and beliefs about ourselves that are not true that we've collected over the years that we want to release. So we're going to bring a grounding cord from the heart down, but first we're going to do this so that it's actually very simple. We're going to go to, this is interesting. I think this is a first. We're going to go to your crown chakra. So we're going to clear what's not allowing you to ground your heart. So we're going to go to the crown chakra. I think that's the first time it's been this case. And we're going to go out to the third layer. So there's some interference with us accessing our sovereignty. Like we're not sovereign enough to be able to ground our heart chakra. There's some control beings up there. So use a black flame right at the top of your crown. And we're going to just transmute that interference. Boya anaye kiana pukuye iama aye tupuyo. Okay, great. So now, 7, 6, 5. So did you notice that now your heart just grounded by clearing that energy? So it's kind of fascinating. We didn't go to the heart to ground your heart, did we? Okay, great. So now your heart's grounded. Last but not least, we are going to, for the women, we're going to ground your ovaries. If you wanted to warm up your hands and put a hand on each ovary, you could do that. And imagine a line of energy from both ovaries going down into and merging with your grounding cord. We absorb a lot through the ovaries. They're like little sponges. So we're just going to clear all of that collected energy that's not yours. And the men are going to ground the prostate and the testicles with two lines of energy that merge with your grounding cord. All right. So now we are ultra grounded. You might already be starting to feel a little different, maybe starting to feel a little calmer. And there's more. So, next, we're going to place your attention far above your heads, above your creative rings, whether you know how many you have or not. And we're going to start bringing this energy down through our creative energy, our creative rings. So, Pure Source is recalibrating your dreams and your desires so that they're in your highest and best interests. And the more of our energy we can access, the more of our potential we're accessing. So, in your creative rings, you're putting your intentions. Maybe you'd like to have more clarity. Maybe you'd like to have a new partner. Maybe you'd like to have more success in your business. Maybe you'd like to have greater health and wellness. You can put all of those intentions into your creative rings. And so, as we're bringing Pure Source down through the rings, it's coming down into our crown chakra now, down through the central core, 7, 6, 5, 4. It's stopping at the heart. All the way out to the 50th layer where the watchers hang out. So, this is a darker energy, and we're going to use a rainbow flame to transmute this energy. And in the heart. And there's also some curses in the heart. We're going to use a black flame to clear that. O moya ae tianati amaka eya no moye akina kokua. Okay, good. So now, as Pure Source is coming down through the heart, solar plexus, second chakra spilling down the root. Now you're vertical. Take a deep breath into that vertical alignment and really anchor that deep into our planet. Okay, great. Now we're going to bring a 50-50 mixture of the earth energy in the legs, Pure Source coming down the backside. We're going to bring it up the front. Up to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth crown rings. Boy, you guys are rocking today. Excellent. Pardon. And then we're going to clear our aura. And we're going to pay special attention to the third layer. There's a lot of effort in your field, maybe some pushing, chasing, forcing, and maybe you've cleared your third chakra, but didn't know that there's that same stop energy in the third layer of your aura. There we go. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now all the way up to the 50th layer. So we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to clear all of that energies up and out through your aura. Here we go. Okay, great. And then we're going to do the same with the 100th layer, the layer just before it breaks through to infinity. Start at the bottom. We're going to lift this up. You could also use a black flame in this layer. This is where the Draco energy hangs out. Whew. Okay, good. So now the aura is clear. Now we're going to bring that self-generated love right in the center of your heart chakra. Going to amplify it, make it bigger, brighter, warmer. And we're going to start bringing this self-generated love out your right arm. Out your right arm. And as we put our fingertips together, like we're holding a small ball, we're going to allow that energy to flow out the right arm and hand and fingers into the left. So you can start receiving and letting go and surrendering, because that's how you receive. Is you have to let go of the control. And allow all of your potential to come into that left hand, and you can start receiving. There we go. Through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. So that is the process of running your energy. So there's a few more things that I want to check. We're going to check the energy of fear, the energy of anger that we started with in the beginning, the energy of how much you're occupying your body, and a few other things. But notice how you're feeling right now compared to when we started. So this is just the basic process. So if you could let us know, while you're doing that, I want to tell you about something that's coming down the pike. Because this is such a powerful and important process, we come here every week to practice it. But we also do a practicing of this process every day for 18 days. We do this every other month. So the next 18-day program is starting on March 10th. On March 10th, where we're going to be practicing this, what we just did, every day for 20 minutes. When you do this day after day after day, it builds and builds and builds on the next. We're able to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And we're also able to focus on a lot more energies because it's building. It's building as we go. Here we come, we clear, and we come and we clear, and we come and we clear every week. But when you're doing this day after day, there's something different that happens because you start getting more momentum under your belt. And so I'm in the background, just like I am here, calibrating, measuring. And this time, the focus of this next 18-day program is going to be launching your rockets of desire. So spring is on its way. Spring is just around the corner. And it is a perfect time to launch our rockets, to do a vision board. I used to do these, well, every week. I was kind of a fanatic. And then I started doing them every month. And then I started doing them every quarter. I taught workshops in this. And so I've created a workbook and a toolkit. It's called the Dream Architect Toolkit. And so this is one of the bonuses that you're going to get as part of this program. And it's actually, for the first time, we haven't done this. I like doing new things, right? So we haven't done an 18-day with this vision board process as the foundation. So we're going to be, throughout these 18 days, especially that first week, we're going to be clearing those 9 sections of our life. And so what are the 9 sections? So the first is the theme, right in the middle. The second is our reputation. No, it is our business and how we make money. So that's the right at the bottom middle. And then the third section relates to the knowledge and information, maybe mentorship, or maybe it's going to school. So, the information that you need to make your dreams and desires happen. The fourth section is our family and our health and wellness. So, that is also another important aspect of having a balanced life. So, addressing all of these areas creates more balance in your life. Then the fifth area is our wealth, prosperity, and abundance, money, etc., rich resources. Then the next section, the sixth section, is our reputation. How do we want to be remembered? Whether it's by our communities, by our families, etc. And then love and relationships. So this could be a current relationship. It could be a relationship with your family. It could be a relationship with your money. It could be a relationship with business partners. And maybe you'd like to call in a new relationship. So that could also be part of this, what you want to focus on. And then there's the creative section, how to access more of your creative energy. And then last but not least is the helpful people that you need in your life, or maybe you'd like to do some traveling. I love traveling. So all of those sections are going to be addressed in this next 18-day program. And of course, um, we're going to address all of them, but there may be a couple areas that you want to focus on more specifically. And so as we're going through this program, you'll just dive in a little deeper to those areas. But all of this is outlined in the link. Do we have the link? Yes, launching our rockets of desires, because it is open. We are launching today the opening of this next program. So if you'd like to join now early, we don't start until March 10th. But if you'd like to join early, there's some bonuses you can already start to get started on. So one relates to um, clearing fear and anger, and there's a great little exercise on how to discover what fears you have, so that you'll know what to clear. And then the other one is about so that's being ready for your breakthrough, and then the other one is about raising your money frequency. So those two things are a great thing you can get started on before we start in March, so you can already start to get ready. And just know that as soon as you sign up, you enter this container, and so you might notice that things already start to shift and change before we officially start on March 10th. So, let's see, I think there was something else I wanted to say about this, but I can't remember. But check out the link. All the details are there. And if you have any questions about any of this, of course, you can email support@kimberlysherry.com. And so then the other thing you could do is also start getting ready with your vision board. Start cutting out pictures. That's kind of a process that takes some time. So you can start looking through magazines and start finding the pictures that represent your dreams and desires that you want to focus on in those 9 areas. All right, let's measure. Let's measure what's left. If there's fear, if there's anger, how much are you guys in your body? So fear, still at 50%. And so that's the beauty of this infinity system is, we could have gone just through this process and just assumed, oh, everything's all good. But no, there's still 50%. We want to clear that all the way to zero. And so that's what we do throughout this 18-day program. Every day we're clearing things. So let's go to the root chakra out to the second layer where this fear is living. And there's some control beings here, about 15. Use a black flame right in that root chakra. We're going to transmute these fear entities that are causing you to believe and feel things and energies that are not yours, not your energies. And these fears would definitely keep you from living your full potential. If you're afraid, you're not going to go out and do the things that you need to do, implementing those steps, etc. Okay, good. Okay, so that dropped it down to 15%, but still not at zero. So we're going to go hunting again. We're going to go to the sixth chakra now, out to that second layer. And so this is an energy. Someone was commenting about, not knowing which direction to go. Well, here's where some of that confusion lives, is with this energy that doesn't allow you to see clearly. So let's see what this is. More control beings. There's about 5. So use a black flame right behind your forehead in the center of your head. And we're just going to transmute those fear entities. Sometimes indecision is just fear. You're afraid to make a decision because what if it's the wrong decision? What if you fail? You have that fear of failure. Da, da, da. All these things add up, right? And then you stop. You don't take the next step. All right. So fear is now at 0, and anger is down to 15%, but we want it at 0 as well. So let's go hunting. Crown, interesting. Okay. Crown chakra. That's not usually the case, but it is today. So, the crown, all the way up to the 25th layer. So that's fear of owning our sovereignty. Some of you are afraid to really own your space because of a lot of things that have happened in the past life stuff. That's a lot of stuff. We're not even going to go into all the reasons right now. But so we're going to use fear entities. These are actually control beings that are in the 25th layer, keeping this fear in place. So let's use a black flame. If you want to use a big circle, like a big halo black flame, just transmute all of those control beings. Ia na maye tia na tupui ia kaye amaye. Okay, good. 7. Okay, so now the anger is at 0. I am noticing, maybe you are as well, some energy kind of at the sixth chakra, kind of in front of my forehead and in the eyes. Okay. So this is one of the things I've noticed was happening a lot today with the people that were trying to infiltrate. They come into the eyes to try and see what we're seeing. So we're just going to pull that energy out. And you can imagine pulling that energy out of your eyes as well. Check to see if it's in the ears. It is as well. They want to hear what's going on. So we're just going to pull that energy like plugs out of our ears. There we go. All right, there. That feels better. Whew. Okay, good. So that was fear is at 0, anger is 0. And let's see how much you're in your body now. 100%. You're back in your body. So notice how that feels different. And so just imagine if you can do this every single day for 18 days, whether or not your life would change. We have a ton of testimonies of people that this has changed their life, and the magical and unexpected things that have happened. So let's see if you guys have any questions, whether it's about the program, because there are 2 parts. There's a foundational program, there's an advanced program. Foundation is for new people. Maybe this is completely new to you and you have no idea what we're doing here. then you would join the foundational program, because trust me, the foundational program is still going to be plenty to help you change the frequency where you're at now if you're new. Doing the advanced would be way too much. So the advanced program is really more for people who have done it before. They come back again because they know this works and they love how it just helps them get to that next level, that next step, kind of bumps them up to that place that they were trying to get to, but they were stuck. So let's see if you guys have any questions and how you're feeling, especially after what we just did. Okay, great. So here's June, who says feeling lighter and yawning. Yes, yawning is a great way to release energy that's not yours. And Elizabeth, I feel very relaxed and at peace. Great. Thank you for sharing that. And Yukon Susie, definitely more peace and less worry. So this is just one session, just one little session. So imagine doing this day after day, how much you can change your trajectory and how much more of yourself you can access. So Paula, yeah, maybe you're going to have a little more clarity even after just what we've done here today. Thank you for the clearing of the energy for my husband's prostate. Great, good job. He was able to get off the catheter yesterday. Okay, great, Debbie. That's excellent. I'm so happy about that. This is a great example. This is a live example of someone who was in the last 18-day program, and we measure things that are sometimes more personal, especially in the advanced program. And so we measured her husband, who was having prostate issues, and we brought it to a high frequency, and it stayed there so that his prostate could start healing itself. And here now we have great news that he's off the catheter. So yay. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions? Next Friday, of course, we never have any idea what we're going to be doing until we get closer to next Friday. So we will be back, and um, we will be doing it a day early. That's what Roma is trying to tell me over there. Next week, because I am going in for another deep dive myself in the Netherlands. We are going to be doing Friday's Inspiration next week a day early on Thursday. So please be sure to join us for Friday's Inspiration on Thursday next week. And we'll see what we have to bring you next Thursday. And I always appreciate and thank you so much for showing up here every week and sharing your vulnerabilities, sharing your comments and your support. And so I'm sending much love to all of you, and we will see you next week. And thanks again for showing up. Have a great weekend. Namaste.
I'm having a bit more fun, a bit more joy, and feeling lighter is probably the best way to talk about it. The other thing is things are flowing a little bit easier. During the last 3 weeks, I've had a job offer, an extra job offer, I should say, which I've taken on board, which is a much better fit for myself, and I think I'll feel happier in that role, and that'll start in the new year, which is brilliant. So I think it's obviously quite down to this experience that we've had on this the afternoon sessions that we have. So I'm grateful for that.
I feel like things are opening up. There's still tremendous demands. Like I feel like there's almost no time for rest and self-care other than that 30 minutes I carve out for this meditation. But it's really helping me to stay in a space that allows me to show up from the right place for my family, for my clients. And there's tremendous unknown around money and how we're going to make all this work. But I just feel like that's not my job. My job is to stay in the right space and just keep showing up. So yeah, so thanks for allowing me to participate with y'all.
it's been really incredible for me, like to be able to shift the stories around where I had felt like I had been taken advantage of, like with financially, and I shifted all of those stories, and was able to have really deep compassion for myself in recognizing that rather than feeling like a victim, I just was really able to clear that. This has had profound effect on my romantic relationship. It has just taken it to such another level. I know for me, the two have always been really kind of tangled together. So it's really felt like it's really cleared that. And I literally last week, I was going through some of my paperwork, which I'd kind of been avoiding. And I suddenly realized, I looked at my bank account, and all of a sudden I'm getting all this extra money. And I'm like, where is that coming from? And I literally don't really even need to work. And I'm like, this is wild. And I didn't even have that in my space. So yeah, this has been really, really incredible. It opened a lot for me.
Great. That is so excellent to hear. And I love that this has also opened up your relationship space because, I know we've been opening the channels for receiving, so it doesn't really matter what the receiving is. Money is just one piece. Love is another part of an abundance of love, so how we do anything is how we do everything. And so I so love to hear that it's helped such a broad spectrum of your life.
It really has. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.